Okay, we are live. Hello, everyone. My name is Bezad,
My name is Risa.
and we are the founders of Wonder Looper, and we are broadcasting live from our studio here in Yokohama, Japan, to bring to you the world's most fantastic live stream, the Wonder Looper live stream, jam-packed, full of action, adventure, controversy. Probably not a lot of controversy. Who knows? We'll see where you guys can take me into rant land. But it is another great day here. It is Saturday morning, September the 13th here in Japan. Friday evening, September the 12th. For many of you out there in the West, welcome to the Wonder Looper live stream. It's great to see you all. We've got a lot of familiar faces here in the chat. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I'm happy to be here. Another week ending for us. Our week always ends with these live streams.
Yes, it just feels like this week didn't even exist.
The weeks just kind of roll over. You know, they don't really start or end, but they do just keep going because we are getting ready for the next big release. A lot of relief on our end in ahead of the release in terms of shipping and things like that. We're going to get into all that, but there are some updates on the American shipping side, a big update on the Canadian shipping side. So there's a lot of information to go around. So that's why you tune into these live streams, so you get the most up-to-date information from the Wonder Looper world, from the horse's mouth. What does that even mean?
I don't know, you said.
Yeah, but you know the phrase,
I think I've heard of it.
right? You've heard it before, right?
Yeah.
Why would you trust a horse?
Horse don't lie. Horses don't lie.
Foxes are liars? Which animal is the liar? I don't know.
Foxes are cunning.
They're
think.
cunning. They're clever.
In Japan, I think the raccoons are the liars.
I see.
Are they?
Tanuki or raccoons? Because there's a difference.
Tanukis.
All right. Anyways, for those people who don't know what a tanuki is, refer to Super Mario Brothers 3, and there was the tanuki suit. And as a kid, I did not know what a tanuki was. I was very confused by this idea. And
There isn't an equivalent.
there is not an equivalent.
I thought it was a raccoon, but I guess raccoon is the araguma.
Yeah, raccoons are different than tanuki, but they're kind of same. Anyways, what can I say? That's how I go off on these rants. Everybody, welcome to the live stream where you're going to hear me talk some amount of nonsense. But let's check in where everybody is checking in from. We've got a lot of familiar faces in the chat, a lot of new faces in the chat as well. We've got Mr. Soy Francisco, hello from Park City, Utah. Well, welcome to the chat. We've got Lucky on 30 likes checking in from Houston. And we've got Jason Scott, Mr. Scott, looking forward to catching up in the morning. Almost the season for the double heavyweight. To see some autumn action, hit that like button, and love from the UK. Thank you very much. Good to see you. Mr. BD is checking in from North Star Pinball in Montreal. I like that place. We'll catch up when we get back to the hotel. Wearing my Fox 70 and Shinigami today when we visited Tate and Yoko, our Wonder Looper home in Montreal. You can find some Wonder Looper there. We've got a lot of great friends here in the chat. McKinley, hit the like button if you're excited for the Fall Winter 25 Drop 2. Well, thank you. Yes, please do that. And also, I'm just going to make the call out because I don't do the call out for the subscribe button as much as I should. But subscribe because we're almost at 4,000 subscribers. And we'd like to hit that number. So if you haven't subscribed, maybe you think you subscribed because these videos always pop up. Maybe you haven't. Subscribe. If you got a friend, maybe you're with your loved one who's next to you, just tell them to subscribe too. We'd appreciate it. Let's get those numbers up. I know they don't really mean much in terms of the grand scale of things, but just feels good. Feels good, man.
It's also kind of like it makes it a little legitimate. Like,
when people see that, they're like, wow, they got some subscribers. That's pretty good. We've got Tormislav. I hope I said that right. Hello, guys, from Nuevo Jersey. New Jersey is in the house. We got a Jersey boy in here. Andrew Furusawa. Hi, everyone. Loving how the studio is coming along. Well, thank you very much. And we got Raymond Torres. Greetings from New York City. We got the Raven speaking on the horse Maybe because horses are seen as trusting companions you live with.
Yes, I think you can trust a horse.
I will trust horses from now on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never really thought about it too much, but I'm gonna leave it like that. Okay. Sorry. Soy Franco. Franco says, I'm always amazed how you read Francisco instead of Franco every time I text. It's true. The Raven is also the Revan, and I always call him the Raven. So there's just, when I see words, I just see the word that I think it is. I'm not a good reader. I'm just going to put it to you that way. I write a lot, but when I read, it's just like, even with numbers, I have to triple, quadruple check them to make sure that they're correct, because I get them confused a lot. I'm well aware of it. And when people point it out, I'm like, yes, thank you.
Also, right and left. You often tell me to turn right when I need to turn left.
Yeah, but if you go right long enough, you end up where you...
Yes, but that's not the way you want to take.
No, you don't. This is right, and this is left. That's it. I got it. Dyslexic? Oh, probably. I mean, I've never had a doctor tell me that, but...
Yeah. Functional.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just aware of it. You know when I really figured that out? I used to work in an electronics store when I was a teenager, and at one point I was restocking the wall of cables. We had all these cables and plugs and all that stuff, and while we were doing that, I was doing, I guess I was counting how many we had and like reading the model numbers out to like the guy who was like, checking the inventory. And I just kept getting all the numbers wrong. He's like, what's wrong with you, man? And I'm like, nobody's ever pointed this out to me before. And that's not true. Actually, once when I was in grade 6, my teacher, I remember it. I wrote something and he said to me, you're the kind of guy who doesn't misspell something because he doesn't know how to spell it. You misspell it because, you just get the letters mixed up. Like, he's like, you'll write the word the, T-E-H, instead of T-H-E. And I remember that. That never clicked into my brain that there was something wrong with me. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. And anyways, yeah, there's I definitely get confused. I know that I have to double and triple check things when I do them, or I get reset to read them. So yeah, that's...
Well, nowadays you don't need anybody to check.
Spell check does work, but sometimes as I'm writing things, I will forget words because I have the idea in my brain and I'm typing it out, and then some of the words don't come out on the keyboard, and then I'm reading it later. I'm like, oh, I completely missed some words. So that sometimes happens.
I feel like that happens to a lot of people, though. It's just writing is hard.
Right. Yeah. Anyhow, I'm working on it. I'm trying. Mr. Raymond says, well, Mr. Ed was a 60s TV show. He was a horse that spoke to his owner, giving him sound advice. That could be it. I do remember Mr. Ed. That was a little before my time, but of course I'm well aware of the references of Mr. Ed. You know about Mr. Ed?
No, never heard.
Yeah, it was a show, a black and white television show. I was more a Leave It to Beaver kind of guy. Yeah. Just go ahead.
Somebody up there, McKinley says the horse tried to kill Superman. I don't trust that mouth. So there are mixed signals.
There's some bad horses out there apparently. But I'll trust Mr. Ed. They used to get peanut butter to get his mouth to move. I'm not sure what the reference is.
Wait, this was a real horse?
No, well, it was a real horse. Oh, I see. I guess that's how they made his mouth move in the show. Because obviously the horse didn't talk. It was a voiceover.
Yes.
But I guess in order to get
that part.
Yeah, you got...
Yeah,
all right.
I thought it was like a cartoon or something.
Well, there you go. Okay, everybody after this, go watch some Mr. Ed. It'll spark some joy. Greetings from Portland. I'm not a Fent zombie. You're not a Fent zombie. Mr. Alex Romero. Okay, great. Well, I'm glad that you're not a zombie.
Maybe we missed something.
There's a George Romero, who is the father of the zombies, as in Dawn of the Dead and all the Of the Dead movies. So you might be more zombie than you know via relationship to a Romero. Well, there you go. Okay, everybody. This week we've really been at it. just sort of getting everything prepped up for the release. We'll talk about Henley sizing. This is a new fit, so I just want to make sure that everybody is on board with how to size with this guy. We've got Indigo hoodies coming out. We've got double heavyweight t-shirts in the long sleeve, ELS recycled cotton slub t-shirts. We have Ultimate Pima. I don't know if I forgot anything.
Fleeced Foxfibre.
Fleeced Foxfibre. Unbelievable. I did forget something. So there's a lot. There's a lot coming out, and I'm already getting a lot of emails asking, where can I buy it? When is it coming out? So obviously, I think a lot of people here who are watching know, but of course, maybe you haven't seen some episodes, so let's get you all caught up to date with everything. September 18th, my birthday, September 18th, we're doing a release, September 18th, 11 a.m. Eastern time. We're going to be releasing a huge batch of goods. All those goods are going to be coming out. That is September the 19th at midnight Japan time. So if you're on this side of the world, it's going to be, I don't know. Anyway, you figure out the time zones. But September 18th, 11 a.m. Eastern, September 19th, 12 midnight. So keep that in mind. As far as our website, everything will be available. Absolutely everything. But some people have been asking, where can I buy it? What stores are going to have it? Well, guess what? We've got that sorted out for you as well. If you head over to, I'm going to show you guys something we just did last night, wonderlooper.com. Your favorite website. I know it's your primary bookmark, just like me. Scroll all the way down to the bottom. I added this last night. Okay, I didn't know, I didn't have a better place to put it, but retailer stock list fall winter drop 2. So click right there, click at the bottom, and of course it tells you what's dropping, when, and then our retail partner availability. So you can go through this list. It has the list of all of our retail partners, links to their website, what they're carrying, and what colors in everything. So this involves every retailer that's getting drop 2. So if you have a local retailer that you work with, or maybe you just prefer to shop within your geographical region, this is where you can find absolutely everything. So reach out to them. Maybe they they can help you out, find something. This is also going to be useful for after the release. Obviously, some things are going to sell through, some things are going to sell out. If you can't find it, this is the full list. Now, I will also say retailer release times are going to vary. Mm-hmm. Every retailer on this list is going to release their stock at slightly different times, maybe even different days. So check in with them. Now, I have found in the past that some retailers get things up really, really quickly. Somebody like a James Dant. But like a Blue Owl might release their goods a little bit later. Mm-hmm. I haven't spoken with them in the last couple of days, so I don't know exactly what their plans are this release, but do reach out to them. I will say, though, that 2 retailers on this list are still waiting to get their shipments, and that is Standard and Strange. It's somewhere here on the list. PQR. Here we go. I forgot to bold it. I'll bold that. But Standard and Strange.
We shipped them yesterday, so
yeah.
I mean, it would take them a while to put it up, I think.
Yeah, they have a big operation, so there's them, and then Black Blue. This is going to be a new retail partner for us. They haven't received. We're sort of bulking up their first shipment so that because they ordered a lot, and this hasn't been released yet. So this is going to probably arrive later on, maybe this month, but it won't be in time for this September 18th release.
Right.
Right.
Same thing as, I believe, Marcus.
Okay, yeah.
And Bergen Shield.
Okay, yeah, Bergen Shield, again, I think they mostly ordered like double heavyweight sweatshirts this season, and that's going to be part of like drop 3. And so I think they're just asking us to hold on to this so that we can ship that all together. And I think that was sort of the same thing with Macus in Portland there. So it's on the list anyhow. So just be aware of that. Some retailers will have it in and around drop date. Some retailers might have it later on. So what you got to do, if you can't find it on our website, or maybe even your local retailer is sold out of something, go through that list, check in with those retailers, and see where you can find anything. So we've got you covered there. Yes.
Yeah. to answer Mr. Romero's question. In regards to retail partner, is there an estimate in how much stock they'll have? Yes, I mean, we do know how much we ship them, but, we're not going to, like, let you know how many they got for individual, retailers. But I one thing I can say is that zip hoodie in the Indigo blanket stripe is one of the, I think, highly sought after this from this drop. We had some issues with the production, so we like the quantity that came in to our warehouse was lower than what we planned originally. So on top of that, we didn't book a lot for ourselves. And I mean, there's a lot of retailers on that list that carries it, but it is not, because it's a brand new item, and it's a very like pricey item. Not everybody went all the way in.
Yeah.
So there's gonna be like limited supply. And what we've been seeing so far is that people are really interested in that item, especially in zip hoodie. So
that one,
not to scare you, but I think there might be some sold outs in that item. So if you know what you want, you see it, just go for it.
Yeah. So zip hoodie, I'm gonna say it right now. I know there's gonna be a decent amount of disappointment there.
Yes.
I'll tell you right now, there's not enough. There's not enough.
Right.
We got short shipped. There's not enough. There was problems with the production the whole way. So if you're really interested in it, be sure to be there day one. Check that retailer list. Know which retailers are getting it. Maybe even touch base with them now.
Yeah.
The
thing is, we don't know, like, we can't really answer a question from you guys and like, when is this retailer dropping, blah blah blah. It's out of our control, like Beza said. So just if you're interested, reach out to the retailer. That is the source of a good information. So yeah.
So I just want everyone to know when and where to get. And of course, if you're tuning into the live stream, you're going to get the inside track, the best tips on how to get everything. So if you're ever curious, that's where you can find the list. It's on the website. And as far as the Indigo is concerned, we do want to make something like that again. In fact, we had a production meeting yesterday, and it was definitely on topic. So the only challenge is going to be the interior, whether we can get some sort of striped interior going, or if we just make it more of a. I would also be fine if it was just that brown interior. So we'll see. Anyways, we're gonna have to decide how this is gonna move forward. So Cool. Okay, so that's the Indigo hoodie update. Somebody was asking about the texture of the inside. Let me go grab one.
Yeah, and I'm just like, one thing that I kind of want to know is that, like, is everybody interested in this fabric because it's indigo, or because of the interior, or because of
everything?
Everything.
Right.
Yeah.
It's right.
Because like, obviously indigo has a special spot in our hearts, because of our background and everything. So like, we want to do something indigo, but like, does it need to be like this type, or definitely want to do regular indigo t-shirts.
Yeah. I personally, I think, as coming from the denim background, this just ties a lot of things together. You've got the fading indigo, you've got the connection to vintage trucker jackets, and I think that melding really puts this one together. Now, if it didn't have the stripe on the interior, I would still love it. Don't get me wrong. I'd like it more with the stripe. But anyhow, we'll see what we can do in the future with that regard. Even if it's just the brown, I think it would be quite handsome. But this is the interior, and you can see it's quite fuzzy. It is not like, I would say, typical French terries. It's not as loose as you can see. It does have wool content in here as well. So it does keep you nice and toasty. We were filming the video the other day, and Risa was wearing one, and she's like, man, I'm hot. And like, it is like we keep the AC generally like pretty pumping in here, and like, you put this thing on and it is going to keep you warm. It's very nice. So, whether you get it in the zip hoodie, the pullover hoodie, the crew neck, the sweatpants, I think you're gonna enjoy it. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Go
and
ahead.
it's very unique if you think about it. Like, I don't think I've ever seen something like this. I've seen Indigo hoodie, like real Indigo dyed hoodies, but
Right.
yeah,
Yeah, it really is special, and I already know, and I there are going to be people who are like, I can get it, it's sold out, blah blah blah. I know. Believe me, we could make more. We would have made more. But I will also say that this is all sort of a big learning experience for us as we move on, because as we create like sort of crazier things, the prices go up, right? And like I was in a world where all of our products were generally under $200,
yeah.
right? And like now our prices are creeping up and up and up because
Everybody's prices are going up.
that's true. But like, these are pretty substantially priced hoodies.
Yes.
And so like it's hard for me to fully gauge the demand for something. But I find that as we get closer to release time, we preview things way in advance. And like I get an inclination of like, yeah, okay, like, these are going to be popular, but I don't know how popular. And really, I really only find out how popular something is going to be when it's like a week or two before the release, and like the emails start flooding in. Where can I buy it? Where can I get it? Like,
And the back in stock notification piles up, but that's when you can actually see it.
Yeah.
And to that, I think part of it also is that like our first reaction of like, not just like reaction from you guys on live stream, but like reaction that we can gauge, like it's an actual number, is the wholesale, like retail partners orders. And their business.
Yes.
So, it's like expensive things. It's a bigger investment. So sometimes they are a little bit more cautious, as they should be,
right.
About the like very highly priced items. And I think that's why we sometimes feel like, oh, okay, well, this is expensive.
Yeah, people might like it, but I don't know how many customers like are going to be for this. So we're still getting a hang of that. There's a lot of things we're still getting a hang of. Obviously, I think as far as like t-shirts are concerned, like our inventory levels, I think we're finally like at the place where we have stock, right? Like it's not like it would be like we would get it in. It was a weird start because when we first started, like to be fair, we were a lot smaller brand when we first started. But when we first started, we got the stock, and then it would last a while, and then we'd be sold out. And then when we would restock, it would come in and it would be gone. Then it would come in and it would be gone. Yeah, right.
Faster,
And every restock we got bigger. But now we've gotten the bigger space. We've got even more stock, and now it just feels like the trickle is a little bit more smooth. Right? And so I'm very happy with that. And I think that's going to also happen a little bit more with, pieces like this, as we sort of get a gauge of like really where things are.
Yeah.
So
another thing for me is that like with double heavyweight t-shirts, I think we got like kind of in a better, like, kind of routine of like, getting it more constantly, longer time we have it in stock in all the sizes, and
right.
Sort of things like that. With obviously with like FoxFibre t-shirts,
right.
which we we're doing like every 6 months. Like we need to be closer to where we have more often replenishment.
Yeah.
So it can stay in stock longer. So we're working on that to be happening. And with t-shirts, it's a little bit easier because it doesn't take up so much room. With sweatshirts, it's more seasonal, first of all, and it takes up a lot.
Yeah,
of room,
like
so.
in a box like this, we could get like 50-ish, maybe a little bit more t-shirts. In here, you get like 8 to 10 sweaters, maybe, depending on which sweater. Like double heavyweight, you might get 8, sometimes 6, depending on like this. Like if it's a double XL, they take up way more room. So like you can imagine, managing t-shirt inventory is a lot easier than sweatshirt inventory. We're saying yesterday we were having a production meeting, and we were like, when the double heavyweight t-shirts arrive, because they're due to arrive in October,
We're gonna be like all the
the inventory is going to be all the way packed up to our desks here. It's going to be wild. So yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we're working on it. Hopefully, we have done. We have been. I would say we have been doing better.
Yeah.
But in terms of new products like Rio Indigo blanket line, I guess it's
Yeah.
we weren't. Yeah. I don't. At least like in some fits, I think we're gonna have a quick sellout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyhow, I apologize in advance if you can't get it, but we know, and we want to continue Indigo things, Indigo
Yes,
sweatshirts,
yes.
and we will satisfy you with something. We will get there. And somebody asked what inspired us to make this, and for some people, they might not know. For me, it was the last 20 years I was in the denim business. Risa was also in the denim business, maybe 15 years. So combined, that's a lot of time in denim. And before the Wonder Looper live stream, which is the greatest live stream in the history of all live streams, we did another live stream, which used to be the greatest live stream in the history of all the live streams, called the Raw Denim live stream with Naked and Famous Denim, our previous job. It's still a good live stream, but the Wonder Looper live stream is, we have it. It's right there in the title. It's the greatest live stream in the history of all live streams. So there's no debate. And, you know, we did basically the same thing where we talked about denim, fading, you know, the culture around denim, all the new products that were coming out. So, you know, we established ourselves very well in the raw denim world, and we love raw denim. We love denim. We love Indigo. We love all the culture behind it, vintage. And so this was our bridge to bring denim world into knitwear world. Fading Indigo, vintage denim jackets, boom, biggity bam, bring them together, make, I think, one of the coolest sweatshirts out there, especially if you're a raw denim lover. Of course, anybody can love this, but if you're a raw denim lover, you know, this is another thing you can fade. How many different things can you fade? Like when you're wearing raw jeans, you got the raw jeans to fade. You know, I will say that as somebody who has piles of denim jackets, many piles of denim jackets, I've never faded a denim jacket.
It's a
hard job.
And you can't really wear a denim jacket every single day.
It's tough to do that.
It's very tough to do that. I do have a very high admiration for people who can, like, I've seen very beautifully faded denim jackets, and like that's a commitment.
Yes, they're very rare. And so like that's why I like vintage denim jackets, because I can have that faded jean and or that faded jacket and enjoy it. But with the Indigo sweatshirt, this is something you can wear a lot. You can enjoy this a lot, and it also will probably get laundered a lot more, so it'll aid and speed up in the fading process as well. So I think,
and to me, it's like denim jacket. Like when you get home, you take it off. You're not gonna wear denim jacket at home.
Right. This you can wear at home.
Yeah, this is like a lounge wear too, so you can spend a lot more time in it. And we recently made a video on the product. Yeah. Finally,
it's gonna drop. The Indigo blanket striped French terry and the Henley video is going to drop early next week. Okay. So just watch out. Maybe Sunday or Monday. Anyhow, I'll release them soon.
It might answer a lot of your questions, but I'm just going to answer this one. Can you speak on the material composition of the Indigo blanket? It's 54% cotton, 32 acrylic, 9 wool, 5 polyester. Is the outer face 54% cotton? You are right. So the outer layer that's dyed with Indigo, this one is the
that's your cotton layer.
Cotton, yes. And we also use the ribs.
Right.
The ribs are 100% cotton, also Indigo dyed. And the interior yarns. We just wanted to kind of be authentic to that like denim jacket with blanket line. Yeah. The blanket you usually used in that kind of denim jacket lining is these kind of yarns, which is a mix of wool and acrylic and polyester in order to get the.
Fun fact: in Japan, do you know what they call these kind of yarns?
Jaznep.
Jaznep. They call them Jaznep. I don't think they use that anywhere else in the world.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Jaznep. So anytime we want some sort of multicolor yarn, we ask for Jaznep. So, sorry, I interrupted you.
I love
Jazz
the
hands.
jazz hands. Okay, yeah. That's correct, and that's why we're using this yarn, and it's the only way to kind of have this like really colorful nets,
Yeah.
and the coziness of the blanket.
Yeah. So if you look back at those old vintage denim jackets, you'll see that there's acrylic in there, polyester, things like that. And it was very normal. Some people like genuinely believe that those materials are like a lot newer than they are. But those fibers have been around for a long time. So yeah, you know, people might think, oh, those vintage denim jackets were 100% cotton. They weren't. The exteriors were, but the blankets weren't. And so, anyhow, if you want to get that sort of fuzzy, multicolored, neppy looking interior, you have to use those types of yarns.
Yeah. And it's kind of rare because we tend to normally focus on natural fibers. But synthetic fibers has its own.
Yeah, they have their own place.
Yeah, and I think we just need to be aware and use it correctly in order to take the most. Just the aim is to not focus on get stuck on just natural fibers only, or things like that. I think the idea is that we appreciate all, we take the best features of each fibers.
Right. So there you go. Indigo sweatshirt. Any other questions? There's Alain asks or says, should make a trucker type 3 with it. That could be interesting.
Denim jacket.
Yeah, denim jacket with with a knit fabric.
I've actually seen it.
Yeah.
But denim jacket has a lot of
parts,
panels, a lot of seams. Seems that is kind of hard to recreate in a thick material like this. Also, there's a lot of felt seam on denim jackets, and yeah, I don't know how authentic you want to be with the seams,
right?
And stuff, but
yeah, it could be something. I see where you're going with it.
Yeah,
I'm not opposed to it.
Yeah,
I'll say I'm not opposed to it.
Even more expensive though.
Yeah. And then Alain follows up. I'm personally glad to pay the price for any Wonderloop product because of how special they are. Just don't want to pay the tariff on it. LOL. I feel you on that. Let's get to that topic because there has been some clarity. Last week, this time we paused U.S. shipments.
Yes.
And the reason why we paused U.S. shipments was because Japan and the United States had finally come to a new agreement, a new trade agreement. And it basically lowered the tariff that you would pay basically in half. And we were just waiting for our website, so the back end of our website to reflect these deal changes. That luckily that deal that was signed, it went effective immediately on paper, but it took a little bit of time for it to be effective, in reality. And so we paused shipments on our website, and we were just waiting for those changes to be made. And I thought that they were going to be changed pretty fast, because when the old, let me put it this way, when the prices went up, boy, did they react to that real quick. They were no problem. Everything was ready to go. You guys could, get charged more. And so I thought, okay, it's going to be the same thing. There's a new deal. It's going to be fixed, in a day, maybe 2 days. After 3 days, I was emailing I don't want to say, but I was emailing the people, and I'm like, what's going on here? There's a new deal, and they're like, no, there's nothing wrong. Everything's being calculated properly. I'm like, no, it's not being calculated properly. And we get into this bit of an argument where they're like, you're not a customs expert. And I'm like, I don't have to be a customs expert. Here's the executive order, section 2, Part A, here's Part D, here's all the information, here's all you need to know, and here's the current tariff rate. This is how it applies. This is, even me who can't read or write properly, even I can figure this out. So, and then anyhow, they kept insisting that it was fine, then they were going to escalate it, so they escalated it. I never heard back from the escalation team. I got back to them again, and they're telling me again that everything's right. And then we were just what are we going to do? Are they ever going to fix this? And I just can't have the website turned off for like 2 weeks? Or what if even past the release? You know, we have a release date. I don't want to have the website off for the release date. But anyways, on Thursday here, it was Wednesday night in North America. Luckily, everything got fixed. Apparently, they were doing it right, but I guess not right. Anyhow, why did they have to fix it? It was already right. It turns out I was right, and I still haven't heard back from the escalation team.
So,
anyhow, long story short,
the U.S. shipping is unpaused. Now it's we're business as usual. You should be charged 16.5% on U.S. orders as a duty.
Yeah. So,
unfortunately, but that will be collected at the time of checkout,
yeah.
So you won't have to worry about the.
I'm going to show you how that works.
Okay.
Anyhow.
You wouldn't have to worry about a secondary bill for American customers. Okay, before we move forward.
I'm just going to show you what it looks like. So if you go to our website and you plug in an American address, so here's what it's going to look like. So you go to cart, you go to checkout, your shipping fee, that's your shipping fee. And then it'll calculate the duties. So on knitwear, for us, the kinds of things that we make, the duty rate is 16.5%. So it calculates your 16.5%. You pay it here, and then we handle everything else for you. So in Europe and in Canada, I'm going to talk about Canada. The way it has always worked was that, you would just pay, your subtotal and your shipping, and then you'd receive it. And then, like a week or two in the mail, you'd get a bill from FedEx saying, okay, like here's your duty rate. And then here's like the customs clearance fee. And so in this case, you don't have to worry about any of that. You're not going to get a bill later on. You're not going to be curious, because every country has a different duty rate for every commodity. So like there's a lot of homework that you might have to be aware of in order to know if this was calculated right or wrong. On our end, we know that it's calculated right, and that's what you pay. And if customs charges us some other rate that they're supposed to, anyways, we'll figure that out with customs. You never have to deal with that with customs, which is what we're actually doing right now.
I could not figure out why we're being charged a certain amount in duties, and I still can't, but we'll figure it out. I think there's gonna be a little bit of a hit on our end, but as long as like you guys aren't overpaying, we'll figure a way out to fix that. But yeah, so the duties to American customers are being collected at checkout as well as Canada. So
Canada, we've done something special for Canada, because now in Canada, what has always happened in Canada was that there were no duties on our goods, because Canada and Japan has a free trade agreement. So let me just put something here. So Canada and Japan have a free trade agreement, and because of that, there was no duties to be collected. But Canada does collect sales tax on imports. So if, for example, we put in a Canadian address, 9096 Saint Laurent, for example, in Montreal, Quebec, you can see that if you know, you know. So you get your subtotal. This is all in Canadian dollars now. This is why the prices look higher. But you get your shipping charge, and then there are no duties, zero, but there are sales taxes. So the sales taxes would always have to be remitted. So in Canada, what would happen was you would get the package, and then again, a week later, you'd get a bill, and not for duties, you get it for the sales tax. And this is your provincial or your federal sales tax that you have to pay. And then that would also come with the customs clearance fee. So now this eliminates all that. You just pay it right here. It also eliminates the customs clearance fee because you don't have to pay it. It's already handled. So it does actually save you a little bit more now in Canada. No, you do have to pay the sales tax, and that depends on your province. So if you're in Quebec, or if you're in Alberta, or if you're in the Yukon, it's all going to be different. So the bottom line is that you don't have to worry about that secondary bill coming later on. Everything is handled right up front, so you don't have to worry about that kind of stuff.
Yeah. We went with this route, even though we're still not sure about how the well, we know how the tax is remitted, but if we're allowed to, like, I think there's a lot more complicated things that we need to consult a actual like international tax lawyer for.
Yeah.
Because I don't really want to be in trouble later.
Yeah.
But I think we went with Canada on this route because there was like certain threshold that it's going to take us a minute to like reach. We're going to reach that, but we're still like have a little bit of time to figure out.
Yeah.
So that's why we went live with Canada. On the other hand, the EU and UK, like all these places, we also wanted to do it, but that one is a little bit more complicated. So we're not comfortable to turn that on just yet.
Yeah.
But again, when we finally have time to sit down with like a professional, then maybe we can figure that out. Yeah.
So, but the bottom line is, we're making things a little bit easier for you guys, so that there's no...
Yeah.
Right, hopefully. You know what? Here's the other part of my brain. The other part of my brain in all of this is when the customer sees a bigger price, they click off. Mm-hmm. Right? To be fair, I know this. I know this for a fact that, psychologically, you're like, I'm going to lose business by doing this. Yes. There's no question about it. That said, everything sells out anyways, so maybe it'll just make it easier for the people who understand this to get the stuff that they want, because there might be some drop-off from, Perhaps. But my point is that, like, a lot of different websites are going to handle these kinds of things differently. We're going to put it as a line item. Some people build it into their price. Like if you're in the EU, for example, and you go shopping at the grocery store, the tax is built into the price. In Japan, oftentimes when you shop somewhere, when you see the price tag, that's inclusive of the tax. So a lot of places treat these things a little bit differently. And you just sort of have to be aware of that. But I do know that had I just raised prices, they're technically not raised. It's just, everything's built in. But and just said, oh, you don't have to pay any duties, we cover it for you. Like, using that kind of language, because I know it's going around on, and technically it's true, right? But it does feel like you're hiding something a little bit. And I know, and I know that those guys are going to benefit from that. I know it. A friend of mine told me, like, on their website when they changed their shipping policy, because everyone was like, I don't want to pay for shipping. Oh, why don't you have free shipping? Why don't you? And so he told me he raised his prices like $25. It's like, I just raised the price of everything $25. And then all I did was get like emails from people telling me how great it is that I offer free shipping. And I'm like, whoa. So anyways, I don't like to play like that. I know that there's a lot of psychological like pricing in effect. And if we were some big company, definitely somebody in the money department is going to be like, you need to change this right now.
And it's also like, I mean, in certain aspects, like for instance, retail partners that we have in the US have been paying duties because because they're above the minimus. But
the minimus was only for personal imports. It always applied to commercial shipments.
Yes, technically, but either way, like it's because it's always above the threshold that they were paying the duties, and that they would because they pay the duties, like they can't charge the customers and this part is the duty, this part is the shipping, like it's often in the price already. It goes into the price. So I mean, there is benefit to including everything in the price so that everybody else kind of can keep the same price target. But at the same time, again, like we also don't want to like there's assuming risk of currency exchange and all of that. So anyways, I think this is like the best way we could do it at this time. And I think even though you might not like it when you like when you commit to an item in the cart and then you just like you go to like checkout and you see like an additional fee, you might want to like, oh, okay, well now I have to think about it again because it was 15% more. I understand that, but with that said, there's nothing we can do to change that at this point.
Hey, if I was in charge, it wouldn't be there. Believe me, there's nothing like taxes to here, I'm going to go on my taxation is theft rant just a little bit. There's nothing like taxes to separate two people from voluntarily transacting with one another. You've got me and you who want to do some business together, and then you've got this other guy who's got a gun to my head that says, "Hey," and he got basically got a gun to both of our heads that say, "Hey, you actually need to pay tribute to me for you two to do business with one another." There's nothing more. There's a few more things evil than that, but I think it's still pretty evil. And that said, again, there is a gun to my head, so there's not much I can do there. I wish it was zero. Let me put it to you this way: I hope that the de minimis comes back. I hope that it comes back in every country. That they raise their their thresholds. I would say that as someone who comes from Canada, like the de minimis, there is a de minimis in Canada, and it was something like $20, and it's been $20 like my whole life. And despite the fact that like minimum wage in my life went from like $5 an hour to wherever it is $16 an hour it is now, that value has never changed. And so like they're squeezing you even more from like your options of like shopping around the world, especially in the world now that we live in where you can log onto a website. You don't know where this website, what the country is from, because it's the internet, it's the world in your home. So, I really wish that they would, especially in like, anyhow, I don't want to go too deep into it, but if you make a fuss about these kinds of things, there's a good chance that policies change. Everything changes. Politicians don't change. They don't change things unless there's fuss. It all comes from the people first. They didn't decide to change the drug laws, the weed laws, all that stuff because they felt that weed should be legal. They felt that because people on the ground were demanding that type of thing. So that's always how these things change. So it's always about making your voice heard in that respect. And if you can change the culture, you can change the politics. That's always first. Culture, then politics. Anyhow, that's my little political rant here, and let's end taxation.
Mm-hmm. There was a question that I wanted to answer. Okay. So Hayes T asks, if I add item to shopping cart, is it locked to my order so I can keep browsing, or can it be lost while browsing due to out of stock? Yes. Until you check out, like until your payment goes through, the inventory is not saved. Just because you have it in cart, everybody else can have that in the cart. So if you want to do you want to buy something, then just decide on what you want to buy first ahead of time. All the products are available to be viewed prior to release time, so you can take a look at the measurements, you can take a look at the product video, decide what you want, and just put it in cart all at once and then check out quickly.
Yeah. I wish there was a way that we could do that.
Yeah, but then I think it's a lot of a waste, because a lot of people, to me, sometimes I just keep one thing in the cart.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be forever. Like, it wouldn't be indefinite. It might say this is in your cart for a few minutes or something. Anyways. I don't know if anything like that exists, but
also sometimes, like when we have the release or something like that, a lot of orders come through at the same time, right?
Right.
And I see like order numbers like don't come through, like for instance, like order number 10 may come before like order number 8 or 9, for instance.
I see.
Like, sometimes I see that happening, and I think it's because like, the processing times, like it's just like a milliseconds difference and like your processing versus some other person's. So they might have been assigned an order number that's before you, but maybe your payment went through faster than theirs, things like that. So sometimes it seems like it's a matter of just seconds.
Right. We got the Wizard of 32 ounce in the chat with a very important message, and that's to hit the like button, everybody. Yes. Everybody hit that like button if you haven't done so already. now is a great time to do that. And of course, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? Nothing. This is it. Now's your moment. Now's your chance. Now's the time for glory of being a subscriber to the Wonderlooper live stream, Wonderlooper YouTube channel. Okay, a couple other points I just want to make. Now, for the next release, September the 18th at 11 a.m. Eastern, we will not be doing a live stream at that moment. Okay? Sometimes we do live releases. We can't do a live release for that one because it's going to be midnight Japan time. And as much as I wouldn't mind camping out here and doing a live stream for you guys, it will probably be a long day that day. Then we do the live stream. That'll run for like 2 hours, and then we got to start shipping. So there's probably not a lot of time to do all of the things that you need to do as a human to just stay in human form.
So I think what's going to happen is that we work very hard up until the release time.
Yeah.
We do the release on our home computer.
Mm-hmm.
And then we will maybe hang around for a few minutes, see how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
But then we go straight to bed.
Wake
have
up.
a nice sleep, wake up, come here first thing in the morning and start shipping.
Yeah. So
maybe we'll start with the emails.
Right. We will definitely start with the emails, which is what I wanted to get into. And that is, number one, double check your order confirmations. Make sure you got, it is what you wanted. Every now and then, every time there's a release, there's always somebody sends me an email that says, I ordered the wrong thing. Double check, because we don't know if you ordered the wrong thing. Sometimes, I'm not saying it happens every time, because like 9 times out of 10, whenever I see an order that's like extra large, extra large, extra large, extra large, extra small, sometimes I pull that order out and I'm like, I send that person an email and they're like, oh yeah, that's correct. I bought one for my wife. I'm like, got it. And like 9 times out of 10, it's that. And then sometimes they're like, oh, thank God you caught it, right? But I don't do that for every single one.
Yes.
If I catch it, I'll do it. But sometimes I don't catch it.
Or sometimes it just seems like, okay, that could really be like for, this person's partner,
right.
Or maybe their friends getting together to buy, like it's...
Or sometimes people buy larges and mediums, they like different things to fit different ways. So like, I'll see different sizes on an order. If it looks really weird, then I'll check in. But again, I will say that like 9 times out of 10, when I do check those things, somebody's like, oh yeah, no, it was like me and my friends, we put an order together, we just wanted to save on shipping. So I get that, okay? And so I don't know if your order is right or wrong. Sometimes I check, but I really do yourself a favor, check that order, because when we ship that item to you, it lands, you paid the duties on it, you paid the taxes on it, you don't get that back if you have to send it back and then get another one. In fact, you have to pay again. So I don't want you to have to pay over and over all these fees, shipping. Let's get it right the first time. I understand, look, of course.
If you make a mistake, it's fine. You can tell us to cancel an order, but you want to have that replacement, the correct order in as soon as possible as well. Canceling an order, just tell us to cancel order number, whatever. That's easy. We'll deal with that for sure.
So yeah, if you do find that you made a mistake on your order, or there's something you want changed on your order, don't send an email saying, hey, can you change my order, this, that, the other thing. Like Risa said, place a brand new order that has the things that you want. Then send us an email saying, hey, order number, 8123, whatever. Please cancel this one. I made a replacement order 8127, right? So that way you secure the items that you want, and then I'll cancel the ones that you don't want. Yeah. So double check your confirmation. If there are mistakes, just place that second order. We'll cancel the first one. Just make sure to reach out.
Yeah.
Yes.
And another key thing is that, like, just make sure you get the order confirmation. Order confirmation may go into your promotion folder or junk folder or spam, whatever. Check all of that, because if your order comes through, automatically you should get an order confirmation. And when you receive an order confirmation email, just make sure where you ordered, color, size, quantity, it's all correct. Address. Yes.
Okay, address. If you are not in North America, maybe I say it like this. if your language in your country doesn't use like English characters, don't put your address in your language.
Yes. Please.
Right? Because we can't ship it.
Yes.
It has to be in English letters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like one of those, like, you know, sometimes in German they have those
umlauts.
Those things don't actually properly show up on FedEx label.
Yeah.
So you probably want to use like the more,
yeah,
I don't know.
Forget the accents, because the accents, they actually show up as like weird characters on the FedEx label.
No, sometimes it's like I've seen like a character with some dots or like something else that looks like E with something that comes out as like a capital A or something like that. So it can completely change. And a lot of the times I feel like the local deliverer knows what's going on, but at the same time, I think you just want to be careful, be safe. But the maybe one single letter difference in the address can bring you to another place. So,
right. So just be a little bit careful with that, because sometimes we get different languages in the address line, and then I got to reach out and try to get that changed. And
yes, except for Japanese address, if you can, please enter in Japanese.
Oh yeah, if you're in Japan, because we ship with Japan Post or with Yamato here, and we use the local carrier to ship from Japanese shipments, so that's not a problem. Yeah. It's just
often what I have to do is like, because I can read the alphabet's address. Yeah. I don't know what the correct kanji is for, so I have to Google it. So if you can, please enter the address in Japanese. That would save us some time.
Yeah. Okay. And then somebody asks, what is the cost for local delivery? So I guess Peter says, how much do you charge to ship locally? So in Japan, I think it's 1,000 yen.
I think 900
yen. 900 yen. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So there you go. If you're in Japan, 900 yen, or better yet, come and visit us here in our Yokohama showroom, because you can do that now. It's free to come here. And we've seen a lot of guests this week, by the way. Thank you, everybody who's come. Like it's been fairly active, and so I'm really happy to see so many people come through here. And if you want to know how to come and visit Wonder Looper showroom, I'll show you that. It's fairly simple. You just go to your favorite website, and what website is that?
Wonderlooper.com.
Wonderlooper.com. That's right. So you just schedule your visit. Just click right here, schedule your visit. And anyway, it costs you nothing to show up, and just schedule your appointment. It's gonna bring up some times and dates. You can only schedule up to like, I think 3 months in advance.
2 months?
I think something like that. 2 months or something like that. And
yeah.
So if you're coming in August next year, you can't schedule your appointment just yet, but you can schedule up to 2 months in advance here. And select your time, and we'll be here. We can greet you, show you around, what we have to offer, all that good stuff. And the best part of all is that, say, for example, we have a release like these Indigo hoodies. You don't have to wait for the release date. That's the benefit of coming to shop at Wonder Looper Yokohama, is that if it's in stock, you got it. Yes. You get access to it.
And this is actually how we know that Indigo items are going to be popular.
Yeah, everyone's been coming in for the Indigo.
So, the benefit is that you get the first steps on the, maybe the unreleased items.
You know what? I'm going to show that, because that keeps going up.
And on top of that, I mean, we're not properly set up at the shop yet.
Can you do?
Yes, it's 4. Is it 4? 6? 4. 4. So we're not properly a shop yet. We don't even have a mirror.
The mirror's on its way. Yes. It was ordered. Yeah.
It was ordered. Yeah. It's on its way. It's also, I started the motion. I created all the documents to apply to be duty-free shop. Yeah. So we should be able to as soon as in how depends on how
the
quickly
speed of the paperwork comes back. Yeah.
But we should be able to not charge taxes.
Yeah, so you can shop here tax free. So that's all coming to fruition. But it's
been quite busy. We just opened this on
Monday.
Yeah, thing up. I think
this past Monday.
this month, like from the start of the month, because we did have
Oh, right. Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, like, you know, it's quite often, it seems. Like I thought maybe like, maybe like 2-3 people a month.
Yeah.
It's way more than that.
I think it's going to be close to like at least one person, one people's a day, one group.
One group a day, maybe. Perhaps.
Maybe.
I mean, we're not open. We don't. The unfortunate thing is that like we have to work other things too, so we cannot always be accepting the appointments. But you know, we try to.
Yeah, we try to accommodate. Yeah. Like some days we have to be out of the office. You know, we have production meetings and things that we have to go and do. Or like, for example, like next Friday, September 19th, like we turned off appointments for that day because we're going to be shipping all day. And so like, you know, if we can get like, you know, 30, 40 shipments out an hour, if we spend, you know, 30 minutes an hour with the customer, that's 30, 40 shipments that we can't get out.
Yeah.
So like we have to prioritize this kind of thing. So some days are just not going to be open, but you know, we try to be as available as we can. But yeah, it's been good. Everyone's been very, very nice who's come by so far, and we appreciate that. Locals and people from all around the world. So we're very thankful for everybody who's come by. And you know, everyone says, "Hey, we're gonna come back again," you know, which I really like, and I believe it. You know, this is the Japan tourism part of the channel, but everybody comes, everyone has a great time, everybody comes back. You know, it's really something. Like everybody, it seems like everybody wants to come to Japan these days. And it's been like that for a couple of years, I feel. And
it is interesting that like I'm like, you know, we used to go around the world to like tour and, you know, just, you know, do the trade shows and sometimes visit customers and all that stuff. And all of a sudden it's just like everybody comes.
Everybody comes. And like even when we lived in Montreal, you know, people would visit here and there, but
Montreal is a hard place.
Yeah. But I feel like for Canada, a lot of people go to Montreal.
In
right?
Canada, yes, for sure.
But you know, we didn't get to see the same people over and over again. Yeah. But here we've got people. We know people who come back like relatively often.
Yeah,
and
I know a lot of people who like travel like that. And you know, I've been seeing like a lot of friends that I had back in the States when I lived there, and those, you know, in college. Like those people are just coming and, you know, like, oh my God, I haven't seen you in like 15 years.
Right.
Like those people we get to see in Japan, which is kind of like, I don't know, weird.
Yeah.
But I love it.
Yeah.
So if you ever
please come.
have a chance, please visit.
And you get to save the tax. So there you go. Mr. Boss says, will the Yokohama blue embroidery be available for the next release?
Yes. I keep pushing that
side,
but I will do it. Yeah. It's not a matter of if it's not online
just at the time.
Just request it, and I know what to do. It's just that I just haven't made it because I have to make a photo. And,
So J-Man85 says, if I wanted the WL embroidery on a shirt, would it be just normal or would it be possible to make it look like your pins that you gave away before?
Whenever I get a WL request, I do it that way.
Yeah.
Like it's just staggered style. Yeah.
Right. But I think because the pins, they were on felt and then...
Oh, that's what you mean. No, I'm not going to do it on the felt, but that would just be a normal one.
Yeah. Maybe we'll have to make some more of those WL pins at some point. And,
was cool.
Yeah. So anyhow, we'll it's on the.
I think maybe it's a good thing if we were to like when we do the hat finally.
Right. Include it. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. So it's just another thing to do. Oh, that also said, fingers crossed. We actually met with our friends at Craft Design Technology last week. And these pencils, we're working on a 3-pack of pencils. These are going to be available for gift with purchase for the October release.
These?
Yeah.
Probably, maybe, yeah.
Probably, maybe, yeah. So I'm going to go with of those 3 choices. For this release, we realized we didn't like quite have anything ready, but we called them. and well, actually, we went to go see them, and we wanted to see if we can get anything done real quick. And they said they could, and so we have these pens are going to be.
Oh, this one has.
Fingers crossed, they're going to be arriving here next week, right before the release, right on the line. Yeah. So we're going to have some new craft design pens for you guys. These ones won't be Wonder Looper branded because they just didn't have time for that. But we wanted to make sure that we sent you guys a nice little nifty gifty with your order. So a very nice, fine. They're brand new. Like literally, they just sent us these, and they have the nib cover on there. And
so there's going to be black and blue.
Yeah. So blue, you'll know it's blue because it'll be indicated right there on the end. And then black also has, and they'll also have the sticker. So anyway, you'll see. So these are going to be coming out, and they're very nice. They're very fine. A 0.5 millimeter pen. They're very smooth gliding pen as well. And
I wouldn't call it especially fine. It's 0.5, but I think it's a regular. Yeah. But it is a very smooth writing
experience.
It is very it's not like the plastic fountain pen that we gave out. Like that one is a great a very unique writing experience. This is more like your everyday just use it on anything kind of pen, and it is a pleasure to write it with. It actually really is. So we didn't have time to brand it on the pen, but I think down the line we want to do that, because these are the type of pens that even if you have this one from the first batch and then we do it again later on, I think you would be okay with having two of these, because you write.
Yeah. I mean, they write something nice. You have nice handwriting.
I do not.
Just write Wonder Looper in cursive. Show them what it looks like. BD says, I got a blue fountain pen refill at the stationery shop in Montreal today. Fantastic. Oh. Yeah, you can, for the fountain pen ones, you can get different color refills. They come in red, blue, and black. And so, these ones will be with, fingers crossed, it arrives just in time, and we're going to be able to pack these in with your orders. Yeah. A nice little extra. Thank you for everybody who came out to support us. So, there you go.
See, that's a proof that our logo is my handwriting.
Yeah, it is. It is literally her handwriting. As for the Henley length, is it exactly as shown on your website, or is it to the longest part of the shirt? The length measurement on
to the
longest part. You know what? Let's talk about Henley, because that's one thing I want to make sure that everybody gets right.
Yeah.
For the next release. So, Risa's wearing a Henley right now. What size are you wearing?
I'm wearing an extra small.
Okay.
And I just want to show the length. So it's pretty long. Sorry, okay. I'm just tucking it in. But it's pretty long. Slightly longer in the back. And then, so the length that you see is from center back to the top of
the back
of it. Yeah, the longest part. So these parts are a little bit shorter, obviously, and the front, I think it's a tiny bit shorter than the back. But the thing about this is that I'm usually an X small, and in t-shirts, it kind of is really fitted on me. Mm-hmm. But with Henley, it's just I got a lot of room in the arm.
Yeah.
In the shoulder. And it is longer. I also feel like there's way more room in the chest because of raglan style and stuff. So
it's not as fitted your regular size.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
let me put on some.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I think if you look at some measurements online, you might feel like, oh, I'm usually a medium, but on this, medium seems really, really big. So I can go maybe too small, and that is entirely possible. Beza is our medium person.
Yeah.
But we will show you how medium fits on him and small fits on him also. So I think it's just a matter of preference.
So this is a medium on me, mm-hmm. and you can see here that. It's not the most fitted item in the world, but it also doesn't look gigantic on me either. So like personally, I would wear it like this. I just prefer things to be a little bit like when I'm wearing like a top like this, I just want it to be not so close to the body. It's a little bit stretched out from the hanger, but as you can see, like that's what a medium looks like on Bezat. So I definitely have room in the arms. So you know I've got room for activities and whatnot. But I will wear it like this. I also, you know, my pants tend to be a little bit wider, especially in the winter. Like I've been wearing cargos these days, so like they're usually pretty wide, and the wider tops really match the wider bottoms a little bit more for me. So I just don't want it so clingy on the body, especially that's just my preference. But I'll put on a small so you guys see, because the small does fit, but it is a little bit more fitted on my body. I'm just for reference, I'm 165 pounds, 5'9", 165 pounds. I've been up to 175 pounds, so I definitely, like when we first started sampling this, I was probably around 175 pounds. So my weight does fluctuate a little bit. So if you are in that fluctuation type, you know, that's you, do consider that. But I will put on a small so you guys can see what it looks like. Okay.
Yeah, so I think a lot of people who want to wear this underneath something like as a like inner layer, maybe you can go a size smaller than usual. In fact, actually, a lot of people also size down in sweatshirts as opposed to t-shirts. Like if they're a size medium t-shirt, like they might go down in small for sweatshirts. It just depends on how you want it fitted. Like we tend to wear like our clothes a little bit baggier, except for t-shirts. Like if you like t-shirts, you know, I also wear like larger t-shirts, like size.
I will say my t-shirt fit, it depends on what I'm doing. If I'm layering it under, I want it to be a little bit, I don't want it tight. I never want a tight t-shirt. But if I'm layering it under something, I don't want it to be so baggy. Like this is how I like to fit it.
Yeah.
And then if I'm wearing it on its own, sometimes I like to wear it a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
So I do personally have our t-shirts in sizes medium, large, and XL. Though if I put on XL, I have to hem it because it's a little too long for me. Yeah. Okay.
I also wear my t-shirts in mostly extra small, but I sometimes wear small, and I also even have, I think, a large. My Yokohama t-shirt is either large or extra large. Anyways, it's a t-shirt, you know, you can wear it in different ways. But same thing here. It's just matter of preference and how you are planning on wearing this piece. If you're just gonna wear it like, you know, on its own, maybe a little bit larger is more comfortable. But yeah. See here, this is size small.
This is size small, right? And like on my arms, they're definitely not as loose or anything like that, but
it's more like
it's more trim fitting.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind. So yeah, some people might say, okay, this is the size for you. I'm okay with it. I think this fits fine, but
yeah, I think to be fair, I think maybe more people would wear it like this. So just you know, obviously consult the
measurement guide. Yeah.
And if you feel like you're like, it might be a mistake because you have to size down, I don't think it is. We do make this a little bit larger.
Andrew Forza says, size down, famous last words.
Yes.
I would say that generally speaking, on its own, yes, but this one, there's a little bit of leniency. It really depends on how you prefer things to fit. We sized this a little bit more like a sweatshirt than a t-shirt, and so just keep that one in mind. The measurement guide is your friend. It is your best friend. It will never let you down. And so always listen to the measurement guides because the numbers, they don't lie. Hayes T says, I do small, but sleeves just too short for my lanky arms. How much will they shrink? You said minimal. Yes, minimal shrinkage. I also have like somewhat like long arms. I think this is okay. You know, I just remember when I used to sell suits. I did a lot of jobs. Sell suits, and like sometimes, you know, you'd have somebody fitting for a suit, and they would like raise their arms like this, and like, you know, the sleeves would come down, and they're like, what's going on here? And I'm like, oh, here, I'll fix that for you. Just put your arms down. Just don't do this. Are you gonna walk around like this all day? No, but like, you know, if you're doing normal activities, like the
fabric
the length is
don't
fine.
stretch with you like
Yeah.
your skin.
Yeah.
But it's okay because when you reach something and then this is showing a little bit,
Yeah.
that's just when you're reaching something.
Yeah.
And then when you put down the other thing, this
goes
is
back to
more
normal.
important to fit
Yeah.
than this because
Yeah.
there's way less time that you're doing this.
That's it.
Unless you're on the train all the time.
Yeah, if you're on the train all the anyhow, I'll that's the small medium. If there's any more questions about small medium, let us know. Get the questions out before. Get the questions out before you shop, before you might have to make that return. Anybody, if there's anybody on a forum, anybody asking about sizing, oh, do me a favor. Tell them. Use that measurement guide. The measurement guide is your best friend. Okay.
Yeah. And somebody asked, how tall am I? I am 5'4", I think. 5'4", 162, 163, something like that, centimeters. And very average weight, for reference. And waffle shrinkage. So shrinkage on this is, I mean, I wouldn't say that it doesn't shrink at all, but it is very like normal shrinkage, and I find the waffles to like just come back to
Very stretchy
shape very easily because this fabric is just already kind of very stretchy, so it does come. I don't feel like this shrinks in terms of like a permanent shrink.
Yeah.
It might, like when things come out of the dryer, it might feel like, oh, maybe it shrunk a little.
That's
Just
if you
tag
put it in the dryer.
Like, yes.
Yeah.
Just tag it, stretch it a little bit, and then it will be back to normal.
Yeah,
So.
BD says, I was in the pool. Right, it always shrinks in the pool, guys. Just keep that for reference. You just gotta stretch it a little bit. Just a little humor there for you, hopefully. But yeah, basically, when you get it out of the wash, when you get it out of the pool, you just give it a little stretcherino like that, little tug, maybe a little tug job, and you pull on it. That's it, and then it comes right back to life, right back to shape. I was gonna go further with it, but I'm not. The Catman says, "What do you mean it shrinks?" Okay.
Yeah.
It had to be there. Okay. The Raven says, does the Cashmere Henley have the measurements? The Cashmere Henley is not in stock yet.
Yeah.
There might be a measurement guide up now as like
I don't
the
remember if I assigned it. It might not have.
might not be there. Okay.
Because what I would like to do is actually measure the production lot and not like rely on the target measurements all the time. So I think maybe that's what's happening. But when they come in stock, we're definitely going to review that and we talk about it here again.
Yes. Yeah.
There's no measurements on that.
Okay, so they're not there yet.
I mean, it should be the same.
Yeah.
But then from production lot, if it comes out like a little bit smaller, a little bit larger, you will see it in the measurements guide.
Yeah. Okay, so there you go, everybody. I hope that's clear for everyone. But yeah, I know there will be a couple of oopsie doopsies out there that happens.
Can I send a plaster mold of my torso and you display each size on it?
Yes, you can. No problem.
Make sure we don't have to pay duties on them.
Yeah, just ship it delivered duties paid, so we don't have to deal with that. Terp Wizard says, not sure if I missed this, just tuning in now. How's the blanket line hoodie feel compared to the French terry hoodie? Love how comfy the French terry is. Yeah. We did.
French terry. I just want to kind of clarify this. The word French terry is just basically the fabric construction of it, not the exact description of the fabric. French terry is a very generic term. So they're both French terries. And I'm guessing what you mean by French terry here as maybe double heavyweight.
Okay, grab a double heavyweight.
Yes, I feel like that's what they're saying.
Okay, so We'll just do a little side-by-side comparison here for you. Maybe if you hold that one up. And I'm going to hold this one up. This one is the double heavyweight French terry, and then this is compared to the... There we go. You can see this one has a much thicker loop back. It is certainly much more like greater in size. And then I would say the fleeciness of the Indigo is higher. So it's a little bit more fleecy than the double heavyweight French terry. You can see the double heavyweight French terry construction is also a little bit looser. It's much more dense and packed in here on the real Indigo blanket striped.
But I would say that the knitting construction wise, that it is not, the double heavyweight is not knitted loosely. It is the weight that comes from this is because it's packed. Like it's a big yarns, and I think you can see that a lot more prominently on the front side. The size of the yarn is very different,
vastly different here,
especially on the front part. On the front part, the Indigo is I forgot the count of it, but it's a very small yarn, whereas this
look
one
at
is
the size of those yarns compared to the Indigo. It's like you can obviously see like the knitting pattern here, and then on the Indigo it's I mean it's there, but it's not as like in your face, like so you can see it.
Right. So it's not that it is not packed. The packedness is pretty, it's a pretty, dense fabric, but because the yarns are so big that it is lower gauge, meaning that there's less knit loops in per square inch or whatever.
Just gonna compare it again.
Yeah,
so you can see it. Here's the comparison one more time for you. There you go. So there you have it. French terry. They're both French terries, but the Indigo versus the double heavyweight.
The loop size is also, it's way smaller here. Here you can see that the loop is a little bit more 3D.
Yeah, right. This one, it definitely comes up off the fabric more. If you have one of these, you definitely will be able to tell for yourself, but you can see that those loops definitely come out a little bit more off the fabric, whereas this one, they're more in line. Like it just sort of feels like it feels flatter, even though there's a lot of texture here. It just feels flatter.
And just by wearing it, double heavyweight, it has the weight, the extra weight. Not that this is lightweight.
No, it's heavy.
This is very heavy. But the double heavyweight, like you feel the weight. It just feels like heavy on you a little.
Yeah.
Whereas this one, it
feels like this feels like a heavy hoodie. This thing feels like what the heck.
Weighted.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. It's like with these weights of like sweatshirts, like it really, if you don't own one, it really throws off your sort of perception of like a heavy hoodie because they're really heavy. And chances are you've never had something this heavy before. You know what, I haven't had this conversation in a while, but like the GSM ounce talk and like the amount of hoodies I've seen online with just ridiculous numbers, and how like they'll throw up a number of like how many ounces the hoodie is or the sweatshirt is, whatever it is. And then in the same breath, they'll also throw the GSM number. And I'm like, if you do the math, they don't make it. Neither one of those, like if you do the math, if somebody puts on like the ounces and the GSM, they should be equivalent, right? So if you convert your ounces per square yard to grams per meter square, they should convert exactly. Right, this is my math brain talking, but they should convert exactly. But sometimes you'll see it where like they throw out some like giant ounce number, and then it'll be like, yeah, but it's also 540 GSM, and I'm like, those two numbers don't equate. So which one is the real number? Something tells me that ounce number isn't correct because it's in outer space. And if you can't seem to figure out that number is so off, I'm not talking about, oh, it's like a fraction of, a small difference here and there, okay? That these things can happen. But like, it's like being like, yeah, this is a 1,000-mile-an-hour car, and that also goes 125 kilometers an hour. So you're telling me it goes 1,000 miles an hour, which is the equivalent of 125 kilometers an hour? Yes. No. That's something tells me you don't know what you're talking about. So it definitely happens out there. Look, I'm not telling you to question every number that you see online, but my point is that sometimes you see some ridiculous stuff out there, and just be aware or do the math. There are like these online ounces to GSM calculators. Just put those numbers in and see for yourself if those two numbers equal each other. And if they don't, that's weird. Or sometimes what they'll do is they'll just put, this is a 32-ounce sweatshirt, or this is like a 21-ounce sweatshirt. Ounces of what, right? Is it ounces per square yard? Or in a lot of the knitwear world, when they tell you ounces from the factory, it's usually per linear yard. So 1 linear yard of the fabric. But the fabric could be of different widths. So you could have a fabric that is an equivalent like GSM weight with 2 completely different ounces per linear yard weight. And it makes absolutely no sense. So sometimes people will give you that linear yard weight, not even realizing that they're giving you a linear yard weight, which really gives you no indication of actually how heavy or not heavy that fabric is. So
unless you know the
width, but chances are they're not putting that on the website. They're not giving you that information. So that happens a lot in knitwear land. So anyhow, just so you know what's going on out there.
So Xavier, I don't know if I said that right. Does heavier always mean warmer? That is not the case. I find actually the real indigo blanket striped French terry is warmer.
Yeah.
It feels warmer than the double heavyweight French terry. I don't know, like we didn't do like a actual temperature test or anything like that, but it does feel warmer because it has the wool in it. It has the acrylic in it.
It's also a little bit more fuzzy. I think it just retains heat a little bit better.
And the fuzziness definitely makes you feel warmer because, like, for instance, our Fleeced Foxfibre, which we haven't really been talking about it, like, assuming everybody knows it already, but that one is not a heavyweight. But it is very warm and it is very cozy. And it's...
Yeah, and so you can see that this is a fleeced back.
Yes, and it's definitely because of the fleeced interior that you feel it on your skin. It does capture air better than, like, flatter surface. So I think...
Yeah, there's more room for air to hide in these sort of, fluffy bits. That was the scientific topic right there. Fluffy bits.
Yes, we're very scientific over here. But another thing with this also, I feel that the waffle, it doesn't feel cozy so much because it's not brushed or anything, and you do definitely, because it's a super heavyweight waffle, you definitely feel the ridges of these like texture.
Yeah.
But so it's not cozy, but it is very warm because it does have a deep pocket of like air that gets, trapped in here to insulate.
And if you're going to layer this, say with a t-shirt or an undershirt underneath, then that you create more layers to trap the air in as well. So, that's the beauty of a thermal. Yeah.
Yeah. And the greatest example I would say of that is down. Like down is always the lightest weight for the most warmth.
Yeah.
And it's because it traps heat in the insulating pockets.
That's it. Okay, there was something else, and now I was gonna say it, and then it just completely flipped my mind.
Okay.
Totally forgot about it. Did you have any more? Did you have something?
I don't know. Maybe we were trying to get into Fleeced Foxfibre land. Or
Yeah, let's just.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
What did we not have talked about?
We didn't really talk about Ultimate Pima or the
Yeah.
double heavyweight tees.
Yeah.
But I do feel like every double heavyweight long sleeves, you guys know what those are.
Yeah, those are fine.
Okay.
The ELS.
Oh yeah, ELS recycled. Yeah.
Love these.
So
This is actually like a hidden. I don't know if it's hidden,
but
it is the
it was unplanned,
yes.
right? So this wasn't planned to be part of this release because essentially when we made these, we knew that restocking these was going to be very hard. And it was going to be very hard because we have to rely off of offcuts of our previous productions in order to make the recycled yarns that are used to make these. So it's basically if you do enough production there, then you have enough to make these. So this kind of restocks as ready. Whenever it's ready, whenever they can, they will make some and they will ship it to us. So in this case, they had some and they made it for us. Heather Gray, however, it is not being restocked because there's just not enough material to make the Heather Gray right now. So
we're working on it.
Yeah. So we have the 3 colors in the recycled ELS cotton slub coming back. Ecru, which was insanely popular the first time. We've got the classic white and we've got the black. And so these ones are like very nicely textured as you're going to be able to see here as I pull it up to the camera. And so it's got that beautiful texture, and they're also quite soft and comfortable to wear. And they are not lightweight by any means. I mean,
it's pretty heavy.
Yeah, they're pretty hefty, but because they are kind of loose and more drapey, they tend to wear a little bit nicer even in the warmer times of the year. And these are going to be the base for our spring summer dyed shirts. So if you like these, we're also going to be offering natural hand dyed ones in the spring. I'll show those at the preview.
Yeah. Let's show it off and then we'll talk about. We gotta leave cool soon today.
So we've got the Sharinbai dyed shirts that are going to be coming for next fall, and these are going to be made with the ELS recycled cotton base, and this one's the crazy one. All 3 dyes in one shirt. The whole shebang. So these are going to be the next iterations of those. Those will be here for the spring and in 3 beautiful natural colors. And we're actually going to the factory that does the dyeing, and that's going to be in like 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
So 2 weeks from now, I think maybe we have to do unscheduled live stream. Well, not an usual scheduled live stream. It's before or after the trip, but we're very excited. We're gonna learn more about how the dye is actually done. We get to actually do it with our hands also. So
yeah, we really look forward to it. So that's going to be coming soon. We're going to get all the information and we're going to get that out to you. We'll take some videos and things like that. So we're going to show you the new world of Sharinbai natural dyeing and Dorazome and all that stuff.
A couple people asked about the other items that, like, for Henley blend, the honeycomb. That one
Cashmere blend.
Yes.
Yeah.
What did I say?
You said cotton blend. It is technically a cotton blend.
90% cotton. So I mean that's more important. But it does have a cashmere in it. That one is going to be available in the next release. I don't know if the next release is gonna be like one big release with everything else, or maybe we will trickle a little bit because it's towards the end of the season. We don't know yet. We gotta confirm with the scheduling. But the Cashmere blend Henley, the triple heavyweight t-shirts, which we haven't been restocked yet, it's going to come later on, as well as obviously all of the double heavyweight French terry, including the FoxFibre double heavyweight French terry. I think that's it. Right?
Yeah. So that's gonna wrap up the season. Except there will be a blue owl version of the Fleeced Foxfibre, the black exterior Fleeced Foxfibre sweatshirt. That's going to be probably the last release of the year.
Perhaps.
Yeah, that'll
maybe a surprise release.
Maybe a surprise. Look, there's some things that haven't been confirmed yet, but at the very least, the Blue Owl Black Fleeced Foxfibre is confirmed. We showed the samples last week. Those were the production samples. So production is starting soon. We actually had to send those samples back to the factory, so we don't have them right now. But we did show them off on last week's live stream.
Yeah,
and,
I mean, they will come after the double heavyweights.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a while, but at least they're in the motion.
Yeah. So that will be it. And then baby cashmere, we actually had a little bit of an update on that yesterday. And the target is to deliver to the baby cashmere customers is like end November, early December-ish. And that's fingers crossed.
We're crossing fingers for early to mid-December. We do not like. I think we're very clear on the point where we do definitely want to deliver this before Christmas.
Yeah,
that is an important thing.
Yeah,
I think initially we wanted to deliver it before Thanksgiving, but I think that might. I don't know.
Yeah,
that might be hard.
All I know is that they know our urgency. They're really. Like they're very pushing it. So we're hopefully going to have those out to you guys for the people who ordered it very soon. And I will also say that we made like an extra handful of them. There will be an extra handful available. I'm just saying, those might be Yokohama in-store exclusives.
Perhaps.
Yeah, those might be. Anyway, we'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah.
But also like an extra is there for a reason. Like we might have some issues. Who knows what happens with the production.
We didn't want to make exactly to the money because if there was like a problem,
yes,
then there's no solution. So we have a little bit of a buffer zone. So we'll see.
But because it's such an expensive item, we couldn't have like regular amount of buffer zone. Like one buffer zone would cost us like thousands of dollars. So.
I could buy a really nice watch with the buffer zone that we just paid for.
Anyway, so yes, the Blue Owl collaboration, I guess. Yeah. The black Fleeced Foxfibre. We'll have all 4 fits, including sweatpants and all of the other fits, and they will come again later on, not with this release.
Yeah, not with this release, not with the next release. It'll be its own release, probably in November, probably. So that's the aim there. The next release that we intend on is going to have the double heavyweight French terry, triple heavyweight t-shirts, cashmere blend Henley. So there's a lot there just in terms of like actual physical weight. And of course there's a lot of colors of the double heavyweight French terry. You got all the basic like the not basic, but like there's the 876 GSM double heavyweight French terry, and then there's the FoxFibre double heavyweight French terry. So those 2 different colors in there as well. So there's going to be a lot coming. At that on that October release. But
we're gonna talk about more about that as we learn, and we'll show off the colors and all that stuff. But yes, this is I guess like a week till the release.
Basically,
so less than a week till the release of these bundles.
Yes. So
any last minute questions now because we gotta go in a couple minutes.
Yeah, we gotta cut this one a little bit short today. But yeah, I just want to do a final reminder for those who are tuning in now. There is on our website right now. So let's go over there. If you want to know who is going to carry what for the next release, we have it on our website. So if you go to wonderlooper.com, I already know you have this bookmarked as your main page. So just scroll all the way down to the bottom. There's a new section. There's a release restock schedule. That always tells you when something is coming out on our website. And now I have this area here called Retailer Stock List Fall Winter Drop 2. So click right here. It has a list of all of our retailers that are carrying. It has a list of all the retailers and what they're carrying from the next drop. So if Blue Owl Workshop, for example, they're carrying Fleeced Foxfibre in the crew neck charcoal and oatmeal and the zip hoodie charcoal and oatmeal. So they won't have, for example, the Henley. They're not going to have the Indigo zip hoodies. But if you're looking for like an Indigo zip hoodie, maybe check out Cultism over here. They've got the whole shebang coming in. They've over in Denali, James Dant also has a good selection of them as well. So I realized that some of the retailers I forgot to highlight, so I'm going to fix that after the live stream. But you can go through the list here, check in with your retailers. Gerhard Supply in Toronto, you can see they've got a big selection here. They're pretty much bringing in almost everything.
Red Caps
it looks like everything.
Very big shipment.
So check in with these guys. It's
jean store.
It took me a little bit to get this list going, but we got it going, so you can see it here. And that way, even if you can't get it on our website, you'll have an opportunity to easily find it through our retail partners. Not all of them are going to release it exactly on September the 18th. We're releasing September 18th, 11 a.m. Eastern. They might do it at different times. They might do it at different dates. So please check in with them to see what their plans are. So,
Can we do this in like the other way, where like the products first?
I'm not going to do that right now.
Okay.
Yeah, but
I just thought I put the report thinking that. So.
Okay. Well, anyhow, this is one way to do it. There's other ways to do it. Maybe next time we'll do it a different way. Let us know. Hopefully you can take advantage of that, and hopefully you can get what you're looking for in the next release. I guess that's it. We are going to leave it there today. No snack time. But we will be back again next Friday evening, Saturday morning. We'll be here. It'll be the day after the release for us.
Yeah.
Basically, we'll have shipped all day, went home, took a nap, woke, take a shower, then start doing the next live stream.
Yeah.
That's where we're going to be.
Yes. We got to go. Yeah, we got to go now ship some of the orders that we didn't do it.
There's a couple orders to ship. It's a Saturday delivery or Saturday pickup, so we're going to go and do that now.
Yes.
So we'll talk to you guys again real soon. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And most importantly, be good to one another. Do something nice for yourself and
somebody else.
All right, and we'll see you guys next week. All right.
Have a nice weekend.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.